green with the Luigi / Super Mario Brothers green mushroom hat.
It's the 1-up.
Oh, the 1-up picture. All right. All right. So what happens if you get that mushroom? You gain another life.
You gain a life.
All right. That's pretty good. Haven't played Mario Brothers in a while. He's with Affinity. He's green-white Affinity. Imagine your green-white Affinity, has Kataki in the board for the mirror match. On the other hand, James Allen is playing mono red burn, and I say he kind of fits the profile of a mono red player. He's got kind of a red shirt on, easygoing guy. He's like, yeah, mono red, why not? I'll just deal you 20 damage.
Right?
Tattoos.
Mono red players have
like
tattoos.
like the bad boy image.
Yeah.
Pat Sullivan's trying to do the bad boy image with mono red.
Yeah.
And every time I talk to Pat, he always plays it off. He's just like, yeah, man, I'll just burn you. Someone's like, oh, what are you going to do? They're going to combo you off of turn 1. He's like, I'll just burn you. And the opponent's like, wow, you will just burn me. I lose,
And then people are like, oh, man, I have my combo in my hand. What do I do?
Yeah.
I guess I just pass the turn and let him fire blast me to death.
One of my new favorite players is Reed Duke. Reed would almost never in a million years play a mono red burn deck. But what I do really like about Reed, besides he's a great guy, is that normally after each game, sometimes he'll always be like, "Good game, man. That was a good game." Just because he loves to play Magic so much.
Yeah.
And if he loses, it's just like, yeah, good game. Because to him, it's a good game because he got to play Magic.
Yeah.
He once told me that his favorite thing to do is to win at Magic, and his second favorite thing to do is to lose at Magic. And I'm just like, so what's your third favorite thing to do? Draw at Magic? And he's like, nah, I hate that. When he plays.
So what are you talking about with red decks in Reed Duke?
Oh.
That even he doesn't like losing to red decks or something? Or?
No, just I don't really know. But sometimes
okay.
I mix my conversation around.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
But regardless, James Allen chatting with Anthony. They're saying, hey, good job on this finals. We could probably do some ad-lipping here. James is like, I'll just burn you.
Here, do you want to be James and I'll be Anthony Wilson?
Yeah, I can be James.
All right. It's like, you're seeing Glimpse of Nature? I'm going to draw like 10 cards. You don't stand a chance.
Like, Glimpse of Nature? I'll just burn you.
Yeah, whatever, man. Come on. My cards are so powerful in comparison to yours. It doesn't matter.
What do you think about the pillar? Should I board it in?
No.
This is like really bad ad-lipping. It's like some of those Asian movies from like Jackie Chan, where the person's lips like clearly stop moving like 10 seconds before, but you still hear dialogue. It's just like what's going on here?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's like.
Yep. Yeah, and somebody tweeted in, Affinity and Burn. I mean, both these decks probably cost $100 or so to make.
Yeah.
No dual lands, no anything really, and look, they're in the finals of the SCG Open, so that's something really cool. And with all the money you win, you can buy dual lands. All right, so we don't want to miss anything. Turn 1 Mountain Goblin Guide, and we said we didn't want to miss anything, and we already did. We don't know if he hit or not, but that's fine. Here's a turn 1 Springleaf Drum off of Inkmoth Nexus, and I'm predicting Mono Red's going to win this game. I'm not sure about the match, but turn 1 Goblin Guide and no creature from Anthony at turn 1. It's looking pretty good. That is a Stoneforge Mystic, and Anthony falls to 16 life. So that Goblin Guide already deals 4 damage. That's like a 1 mana better than Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of Lightning Bolts, there's Lava Spike. Lightning Bros.
Not better than Lava.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Chain Lightning. So I feel like Chain Lightning and Lava Spike are like Lightning Bolt's younger brothers.
So Anthony's at 10.
Yeah.
Turn 2.
Turn 2. Yeah, you're on 10. It's like a Price of Progress and a Fire Blast away right here, pretty much.
Yeah.
So there's an Ornithopter. Ornithopter turns into a Bird of Paradise. Oh, and there is that Glimpse of Nature. Ornithopter, so he draws 1 card. I think he drew into a Plains. I think he might play a Signal Pest though. All right, there's card number 2 for the turn off the Glimpse of Nature.
Ooh, he gets a Glimmer Void. He's going to Thought Cast. Did he draw a 0 Casting Ghost artifact? No, he did not. So, forced to pass.
Passes the turn. James draws for the turn. So right now, a Price of Progress would deal 4 damage. That's pretty good. 2 mana, 4 damage to your opponent.
All right. Anthony Wilson, dude, just chump here.
Yeah, you definitely chump
You
here.
have to, right?
Unless you have some crazy plan, but chumping seems good. All right, so he chumps with the Ornithopter. And there's a Chain Lightning. So Anthony's on 7. This is turn 3.
Yeah.
And the only creature James played was a Goblin Guide. He passes the turn. So what's Anthony's plan?
I mean, his plan is to kill his opponent before he gets burned out.
Yeah, I understand, but do you think he might want to go for the Nexus plan if he has that Ravager? Just like go all in, or
Yeah, I mean, if he has a Ravager, I would definitely just try to go all in on my Nexus.
Okay.
If I had like land Ravager.
yeah, I think he might have drawn a Ravager this turn. If not, I know he has a Stoneforge Mystic, so he could Stoneforge, Cranial Plating, put the plating on the Nexus. We'll see if Anthony's doing the math in his head right now. Anthony probably wants to use that beanie right now for +1 life to turn 7 into 8. But he might want to save it.
Nope, he's grabbing a Stoneforge Mystic.
Alright, and he's going to get a Cranial Plating, and he'll cast that Cranial Plating, I believe. What do you think he's going to tap? Signal Pest?
Probably, I mean, it's the card he wants to chump with the least.
Yeah, he would much rather chump with that Ornithopter, I believe. Although there's a small chance he... No. Because if he ever wants to keep the Ornithopter around, he would probably rather just put the Cranial Plating... Well, it's tough because the Ornithopter is an artifact. So it might, get involved with the math. And you might want to just chump with the Stoneforge Mystic.
That's fair.
Yeah. Alright, so... he plays Vault Scourge. Lifelink's always good against mono red.
Yeah, I think maybe his plan is he's going to try to equip a Vault Scourge with a...
Yeah. And Anthony has to be very cautious not to ever pay the 2 life to cast the Vault Scourge.
Yeah, it's like giving James like a free 2/3 of a card.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 more to the dome, as someone tweets in with that Chain Lightning. Alright, so James is doing some quick math here. He's thinking, alright, can I kill you? Alright, so he just untaps. Draws for the turn. So James should have 4 cards in his hand now. Looks like he was about to play a Mountain. So one of the cards in his hand is definitely a Mountain. Oh, it's a Barbarian Ring. I think I saw a Mountain though, so maybe he has 2 in the pool. Sometimes when you see 2 in the... Oh, Price of Progress? Alright. Normally I wouldn't play Barbarian Ring before I play Price of Progress. Not that it matters. But it's just like, why would you deal yourself 2 damage?
Yeah, he just deals himself 2 damage.
So this Price of Progress will deal 6 damage to Anthony, bring him to 1, and then he has a Fire Blast in his hand anyway. So, alright, so James Allen just destroys game 1.
Yeah.
And
I mean, on turn 2, Anthony was on 10 life.
Yep. So, as a sideboard, I'm going to ask a trivia question for the Gen Con free pass courtesy of StarCityGames.com. So, the question is, alright, remember you have to tweet this in at SCG Premium. Alright, the question is, Ali Antrazi was in the booth before. Alright, he played a Pox deck, and we joked about how bad he did. Alright, so how bad did Ali actually do? How many wins did he get total today? Playing Pox and Legacy. How many match
Ali
wins?
Antrazi, our current national champion,
Yeah.
win today?
Yeah, alright, so it could be a lot, it could be a little, but he did very bad. So,
So it probably isn't a lot.
yeah, probably isn't a lot. So tweet in SCG Premium, how many wins did Ali Antrazi get with his Pox deck? So one Pox player came 10th place, but Ali Antrazi didn't fare so well. So we'll see what happens. So how are they sideboarding, Jake? What do you think? I'll give you both deck lists. I have my opinion already. I want to see you if you agree.
All right, I think James Allen is taking out Flame Rift and putting Pyrostatic Pillar in. I think Anthony is...
What can he really do against mono red?
I mean, he brings in a Ravager, right?
Sure, Ravager's very good versus mono red. Think there's any argument to bring in Dispatch? He wants to have an answer to Figure of Destiny, maybe?
I guess. I mean, it's hard to... It's hard to really want that, though.
Okay.
Right? I mean... Like, James has a lot of draws that don't even involve that.
Sure.
And like, Anthony really just has to be on a racing plan.
I mean, is there anything that that Anthony would want to sideboard out, or does he kind of like his main deck already? Is there anything that's like weak?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of things are weak here.
Could you ever see like taking maybe like just like I mean it doesn't really matter what's weak just because the only card he wants to bring in is Arcbound Ravager, so he can pretty much just cut anything.
Yeah, you can cut whatever. I would just cut a Stoneforge.
Really? I think Stoneforge is too important.
Really?
Yeah, I think I would just like trim something like a Springleaf Drum or
No, I don't know.
or maybe like a Mox Opal or Ornithopter, just maybe even like a Thoughtcast. Because Glimpse is just a stronger Thoughtcast for the most part.
Yeah, but I mean, Thoughtcast is still Thoughtcast.
Yeah, it might be tough for him to cast and stuff. So it's pretty tough. I feel James, is in great shape here. He's up a game, and I still think his matchup is probably against this build of Infinity. I'll probably say about 70%. Just throwing numbers out there, but seems about right.
That seems about right.
Yeah, I mean every once in a while Anthony will get that busted Glimpse of Nature draw.
And he can just kill people really fast if he just has. And yeah, I mean, if Anthony just has like the Shrew Stones, he can kill James on like turn 2 or 3.
Yeah,
2's possible, but extraordinarily unlikely.
It's kind of interesting that he went with Figure of Destiny. Historically, I've never been a fan with Figure of Destiny. I actually played in my Team Italia deck at first. The problem is though it's kind of mana intensive, and with Swords to Plowshare and Path to Exile, sometimes you're dumping mana into this creature and it doesn't really do too much.
Were you casting Ranger Vios?
I actually had, I believe, 1, maybe 2 Rangers.
Yeah,
so,
I played it like at Nationals once with Ranger Vios and Figure of Destiny. Figure of Destiny's excellent card. It's
it's a powerful card, but sometimes for Legacy it's a little slow. Especially, well, I mean, I'm just comparing it to Goblin Guide, where it's like just a 1 mana 2/2 haste, But Figure can get big. When it does, it could take over a game that you might not win otherwise. So I feel like James just has this attitude, like, yeah, like my hand's pretty good, whatever. Let's go,
I mean,
and,
if you read Caro's Book of Tells,
okay,
leaning back in your chair like that is a sign of strength.
Sign of strength. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, so turn 1 Ancient Dead, and he does decide to pay 2 life to get that Wall Scourge down on turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 turns, he'll make that life back as long as Wall Scourge connects both times. I don't really think James has to worry about the Wall Scourge quite yet, just because it's only 1 life a turn. But he might just want to get rid of it now and not have any problems. So he decides to do just that. It also, keeps him off of Metalcraft, for example, or maybe like will prevent him from casting a Frogmite for cheaper. So I do agree with the play, and Wall Scourge hits the bin. All right, so there's a Stoneforge Mystic. Anthony's going to fetch up Cranial Plating. Now this would be a good time for Anthony to have either a Batterskull or a Chitte in his sideboard against mono red, against goblins. But he doesn't have it, so he has to go fetch the Cranial Plating like he does. Now let's see if James is going to stick to the remove all your creature plan, or is he going to go to the Dome? Oh, there's the Keldon Marauder, 3/3, only hangs out for a turn pretty much.
He gets 1 attack.
One attack, but when it comes into play, it pings your opponent, and when it goes to the yard, it pings your opponent.
Yeah, very strong card, like 2 mana Lavax.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so there's 2 counters on the Keldon Marauders. So there's a Springleaf Drum. I just want to say thanks for everyone who's tweeting in positive comments, and B, everyone who's following up with a Booyah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
better your chance maybe of
Booyah.
Yeah, of saying Booyah. And we're giving away the not the 6 month pass, the 4-day pass. All right, so Keldon Marauder ticks down to 1.
It's going to get him for 3, dropping Anthony to 14, and then when it dies, he'll go down to 13.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But he's going to go down to
Elemental.
10 at the end of this turn.
Yeah, this is...
the Hellspark Elemental. It's also hitting him.
And James... The Hellspark dies.
Yeah.
It would be nice for it to stay into play. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is why I stay into play.
Or he's at 11, yeah.
Yeah, he's on 11.
Yeah, 10 will be after the Keldon.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Somebody asked what happens in the case of a draw. For example, say if James does still have Flamer within his deck, they draw, they would just play.
Play another game.
Yeah, play another game. So like the match would be say like 2-0-1 or 2-1-1, depending on it. All right, so Frogmite comes down, produces some mana with the Springleaf Drum. I think Anthony could, pretty much unload his hand, although he doesn't have a glimpse to refill it. And Anthony's on 11 life. What's kind of important here is that Anthony only has one non-basic in play. He's relying on all these Springleaf Drums to produce mana, which is pretty cool, because they also help the cranial plating.
Yeah, it's also pretty good protection from Price of Progress.
Yeah, so there's 8 damage coming to James's head, unless he has, say, a lightning bolt. Uh-oh. Wow, he's just like, you're just dead. That's insane. Flamer, oh wow. Lightning bolt you, Flamer for you, Fire Blast you. It's just, all right.
Yep,
congratulations, James Allen. Your mono red burn deck, valued at about $100, took down some legacy decks probably worth well over thousands and thousands of dollars. So it just shows you, I gotta give a clap. A couple people clapping. Good job, James Allen. Also, good performance by Anthony Wilson, who kind of put a little mix to his Affinity deck. One with Stoneforge Mystic, one with Glimpse of Nature.
Yeah, I mean, his deck was awesome.
Yeah, maybe you guys at home could work on it some, and maybe change the Stoneforge targets. Maybe you do want a Jete. Maybe you do want a Batterskull on the board. Who knows? So definitely a solid performance.
2 really cool decks.
Yeah.
Finals.
Do you think we could just get an interview with James? Maybe he could talk about his mono red deck.